my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. So you know that it was like literally a year ago right now that we did the HBCU for Black Lives March.
Wow, that today is an exact year, or it's like close to a year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. What are the odds?
But Shara posted it today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know. That was such an amazing day.
What's that called? It's called Kismet.
Yeah.
I think that's the word.
Serendipitous. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So you have your own website and your own thing that you do, and it's called Questions with Cree. And how did that come about?
Well, I started it in college, like my sophomore year. And it's just for people to get advice.
Okay.
So people literally have questions, and I usually have the answer.
Okay.
And so I just kind of ran with it. I kind of wanted to not necessarily do gossip, because I feel like women are always categorized in the gossip field. We're always talking about gossip.
I love gossip.
Yes, it's a thing, but I was just like, okay, what never expires, because as soon as we talk about, Lil Durk's brother, being murdered, or city girls dating whoever, it's expired. Then we have to find the next piece.
Right.
But advice literally never expires.
That's a good
idea. No matter
idea.
what, if I'm talking about it right now, you could be going through it 10 years from now.
Okay.
Or if you're talking about it 10 years from now, I could be going through it 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just recycled content.
Yeah, so I have a question for you about that. What did you major in when you was at Georgia State?
Broadcast journalism.
Okay. Well,
it kind of worked. Worked out.
Okay. So I have some advice that I'm going to ask you at the end of the show. But we are not here for that. We're really here to talk about what's going on with the stuff that I've been seeing with you on Instagram. And there's supposedly being different things that you witnessed at Hot 107.9, your former employer. So how long were you with the company?
Officially, I want to say it was about 2 to 3 years. Okay. But I was an intern before.
Okay.
So I count that. So if I'm counting the intern years, it's about 5.
Okay.
So it's like it was all kind of just mushed in. It was really all of college. Okay. So maybe about sophomore year of college to about last year, 2020. So I'm like, it just literally all flows together. Right. It was a little minute.
Okay, so tell me what's going on and the stuff that you've been talking about online that you wanted to bring light to.
So I'm currently calling for a boycott. Okay. And not just for Hot 107.9, for all of the stations that are housed under Radio 1. Okay. So it's like an umbrella. And we have our Atlanta market. So there's Hot 107.9, there's Praise 102.5, there's Magic 107.5, and Classics 102.9. Those are all 4 stations, and they're completely different. And they just target different avenues within the Black, or different demographics within the Black community. And I was on Hot 107.9, and I feel like that to be a Black station. Yeah. They do not target anybody but Black people.
Listen. So when I asked him and I said something about it being white owned, he's like, I thought 107.9 was Black owned. I was like, no, it is not.
So it is Black owned. It's white ran. And so that's the problem. So that's why I'm calling for a boycott, because at some point, when are Black people going to be able to control the legacy that we leave? Right. It's like, it's all fine and dandy that you put us and prop us up on this stage and you allow us to be puppets. But at what point are we going to be able to run and control the narrative that we create? And so a lot of people didn't know that. So when I started speaking on it, everyone's like, what? What in the world is going on here? And I'm like, y'all, and that's just the cherry on top. There's so much in the sundae that it's like, no, we need somebody to replace the general manager, the vice president that's currently in position, especially in Atlanta. I mean, I could see if we were in another state. I mean, not really, but I could see it. But we are in the Black Mecca of the world. This is the blackest
call
city.
This Wakanda, literally.
Even our wannabe mayor called it Wakanda. So how is it that we're gonna let a white man that knows nothing about what we go through, nothing about our struggle, control our narrative and control what we say and control how? No,
because think about all the rules. That's what Rugo Radio is about, because I want to create a platform where we can speak freely and talk about the stuff that we want to talk about.
Yes. I'm not trying to be rude, but if people take offense to it, then that's their problem.
Yeah. Hey, look, you see me, I'm like mayonnaise over here, and I feel the same way. It doesn't even bother me. That's what my question is about, is what are some of the things that I can do to make sure that I'm a better ally?
I think what you're doing.
Okay.
Right now, just showing up and allowing your privilege, allowing us to benefit from your privilege.
Right.
Because sometimes it's like you have the allies that'll come out and they'll put their fist in the air and they'll say Black Lives Matter. And it's like, well, we know that Black Lives Matter. Like, you don't have to say that. We know that we're being killed. We know that we're treated unfairly.
Yeah.
We don't need you to say that. We need for you, when you go back home, to educate your people, to educate your loved ones, and to say, you know what? Hey, they actually are disadvantaged. They actually do kind of need a little sympathy and like, there's work to be put in, you know?
The people, and I tell you what, when I've had struggles in my lifetime in the past, the only people that had any sympathy was Black people or African American people. That's another thing I have a question about. Is what is the proper way for us to say it as white people? Do we say Black, African American?
Honestly, it depends on the person, because nowadays everyone is so fickle and everyone is so meticulous.
Yeah, that's
and
why
everyone
I sure
is so offended and everyone is just so, oh God,
I know.
You know? So I think maybe just read the room.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
just read the room, because some people might want to be called Black. Some people don't want to be called African American.
Right, I know that.
Because sometimes it's disrespectful because it's like, well, no, I'm not African. I don't know anything about the African culture, so I'd rather you not insult me by giving me that title, because now I'm insulting them. You know what I'm saying? So some people feel like they're insulting the African culture because it's like, I know nothing about, I don't even know how to say hi in African. You know what I'm saying? So some people genuinely just feel like, just call me Black, or just, I don't know, you know. But
I feel you. Okay, so that's the question. So now, outside of all that stuff, what have you been doing since you've left 107.9? What are you up to?
Protesting.
Okay.
Like, that has literally become my life.
Okay.
I have a protest to go to this Saturday.
Okay.
So I'm like, every other week, I'm doing something out in the community, raising awareness. But my focus is literally on media outlets, allowing Black people into the spaces that are making decisions. Because we can't share our stories if we're not at those tables, you know?
I agree.
Like, no shade to George Floyd, and I say this every time I speak. No shade to George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, but we have so many Black people that have died right here in Atlanta.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the top markets.
We were all out there that day, and we were speaking. You know, you were there with us at City Hall when Jimmy Atchison's.
Right. I'm like, Jimmy Atchison died 2 years ago when the Super Bowl was here. And it's like, even saying his name, I'm getting chills, because there's no reason why. People don't even know his name. Forget him getting justice. People don't even know his name.
Right. I know. Did you see that somebody did do a mural of him downtown somewhere? Yeah.
2 years later.
Yeah.
You know how many murals are of George Floyd again? No shade.
It wasn't just Jimmy Atchison. What was the other one? His mom was out there.
Oscar Kane. Jamarian Robinson.
Jamarian Robinson
shot over 90-something times.
That's like, crazy.
How do people not know about that?
And didn't that officer have something to do with the kids that was tased too?
Yes.
Yes. Mess. So, okay. So before we get out of here, I just want to I'm going to send you this documentary that I want you to watch.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And it is basically a PBS documentary. Sorry, guys. I'm like a history nerd. But it is literally all about Atlanta and the Civil War and the Battle of Atlanta that happened.
PBS? That's on PBS?
And listen. I learned something that blew my freaking mind. Did you know that 5 Point Station used to be a auction house? Auction block. Right there. That's why the energy is so crazy around there. There's a light post that now...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
5 Point
Station.
By Georgia State?
Yeah.
Right by Walters?
Yes.
Right off of Marietta Street?
I'm going to send you this thing. We're finding out that nobody knows about this.
They just... an investor just bought that.
Yeah.
And they're about to...
Yeah. So I just gave you something else to protest, girl. I got to send you this documentary.
Oh, my God. That almost brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah, I know. So I was going to send you the thing. But anyways, you heard it here first. Shout out to my girl, Questions with Cree. Tell them where they can follow you.
Yes, they can follow me at Questions with Cree. That's Questions with QRI.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first, Rugo Radio.
Bye.
That was awesome.